YouTube is happening. It is Thursday, April 10th, and we're going to talk about the NBA. Now, there's only 5 games on the slate that you see. There's not many games at all. But we're going to break every game down like we always do, look for some value, try to have another green day. So, a little recap of yesterday, shall we? I took these 5 plays. Dinwiddie, we thought he was going to start, and all of a sudden he got benched literally 10 minutes before the game started. They announced he wasn't going to start. So, that kind of ruined everything there on that one. Bam hit the over 1.5 threes. That was a beautiful plus juice one. Great one. Pomzimski did not, he only hit 1 3. He hit 1 3 like the first few minutes and then missed the rest. He went 0 for 4 the rest of the game. Denver crushed, Clippers crushed. So we had a 3 and 2 day overall with a plus juice one there, a beautiful one, which means we have some nice profits overall. So if you want the plays typed out for every sport that I do, or access spreadsheets, so you can do your own research, all you gotta do is go to the HQ and sign up. Simple as that. And you can find the HQ right there. Boom. So we have only 5 games. Let's stop wasting time. Let's jump to the first game right now. All right, first game on the slate is going to be New York and Detroit. We could see Detroit is 160 or 3.5 point favorites at home. 229 is our total. Let's go over. We need to see who's playing. That's the main thing. And also, you know what? Let's just go ahead and jump over to the depth chart. We need to look at the actual standings, because all the eliminated teams are now eliminated. Both 5 at the bottom in the East and 5 in the bottom in the West are both gone. So we know who's in the playoffs now. Now we just need to see the seeding, because the West is still kind of madness, but the East is pretty good. New York, there are they still got 3 games left in the season. Pacers could catch them if New York loses all 3 games, but Detroit's at 43. They look like they're safe. They're going to be safe from the play-in, but they could catch Milwaukee for the 5, potentially, if Milwaukee slips up anywhere. So the game kind of matters, but not too much. They're in the playoffs. They're good. So let's go to the depth charts. Let's see New York depth. Who's playing? Do we know yet? Hart and OG. That's a big 2 to be out. Let's see. No Mitchell Robinson, no OG, and no Hart. Detroit, let's look at your depth. Who is playing, who's not? Cade's day-to-day, Tobias is out. Cade's probable Thursday. Okay, that's good, means he'll play. Stewart questionable. Tobias probable. Oh, now he's probable Thursday. You were out. So we got both. So everybody for Detroit is probably going to play, that's good. Let's look at the numbers. 5 and 5, 7 and 3 last 10, 29 versus 28. It's a push. 10 versus 8. It's a push. 15 versus 2 is New York. 10-10. Everything is just basically pushing. That's why it's pretty close. Detroit's 3.5. Home court advantage. It all makes sense. Let's go look at some props, shall we? See if anything looks good. Outlier, link in the pin comment, click it, sign up. You get you a week for free for all sports. Let's see what we have here. We have a lot of this because obviously OG and Hart are going to be out today. So who could we possibly take here? Anything look good? Under Jalen Duren going up against, I don't know if I like that, to be honest. Against Cat, points assist, I don't know. This feels, man. This is a tough one. I'm going to be honest. This is real tough. I don't know what to do here. Miles Bride under. We got some overs, but they don't have the best matchups because New York's defense from 3 has been great for both teams, really. 2nd and 10th. New York's defense on the inside would make sense for a Duren game because their defense is not good recently, but they're off. That Jalen Duren's not shooting well. They're not defending well, so I don't want to touch either of those. I don't want to touch that. I'm not going to touch in 3-point. I'm not feeling that. Number 1 in rebounds versus 21. Maybe Cat for rebounds, but Cat's pretty much banned. I don't want to take his plays. Every time I say he doesn't play, he doesn't do anything. He stands there. So, I mean, let's go back to the props. See if anything looks good. Landry Shamet, really? We're going that far deep. Cat under rebounds, assists. No. Cade under. So many things. Cameron Payne. No. Let's go back to the game lines. Did we take Detroit at home? This game is so close, I have no clue what I would say. If you forced me to take, I would not know. If you paid me that, hey, I'll give you $100 your pick, I still don't know who I would take. So for me, when I'm thinking that hard about it, that means I shouldn't take it. The smart play here is to pass and just move on to the next game. All right, game 2 is going to be Cleveland and Indiana. And we can see currently it is Pacers 9.5, 233.5 is our total. Let's go over to the depth chart, but let's go to the actual standings so we can see what's popping over here. Cleveland has locked up everything they want to lock up, most likely. They're not going to catch Oklahoma City for number one overall seed. Boston can't catch them. They are the 1 seed. It is done. Indiana is 3 games up on Milwaukee and 2 games behind New York. So if they want to try for the 3 seed, they actually could, but New York would have to lose a couple with only 3 games left. So not much movement potential here. They're probably going to be the 4 seed. So let's look at the depth charts. Cleveland, who is playing? I assume not much, right? Out. That's what I thought. Yeah, out Thursday. Yeah. You can just put rest. There you go. Mobley's out for rest. You can rest. You are done. These games are pointless for Cleveland right now. Pacers depth chart. Let's see. They are playing their people because they could be trying. They should still continue to try. So we look at the spreadsheet. We see the numbers. Pacers have been playing great regardless. Now I'm getting Pacers at home by 9.5 against a Cleveland team without 4 of their starters. The only one going out there today is who? Who was it? It was Jared Allen. So you're literally going to have a team of Jared Allen, Ty Jerome, Sam Merrill, DeAndre Hunter, which Dean Wade. That's still a team that could beat half the eliminated teams probably. So, but Pacers are playing great. I think the Pacers, Cleveland does not give 2 damn shits about this game. So I think they should take this. Indy by 9.5 might be the play. Let's go to props, see if anything stands out. Oh, buddy, who do we want to take? Who's going to pop off for Cleveland? If you want to take somebody on an over, I mean, I know it says under, but yeah, they're going to start. They're going to get more time. I wouldn't touch any of these personally. I think I'd rather just go Pacers by 9.5 to do work. Cleveland's going to get routed, hopefully, and we just call it a day. So, sounds simple to me too. So there's the props for you. I'm going to take Indiana a minus 9.5 at home to do work, and we'll move on to the next game. All right, game 3 is going to be Atlanta and Brooklyn, and we can see it is Atlanta 13.5 on the road, a 232.5 total. We look over at our typical standings. We can see Atlanta is in the 8 seed right now. They're tied with the Bulls in the 9 seed. They can't catch the Magic, I'm pretty sure. I think the Magic are good to go there as long as they don't lose. So basically, they're fighting to keep the 8 seed from Chicago. They're going to be in the playoffs regardless. They could end up as a 10 seed, so I don't know. So this game does matter for them. Brooklyn, it doesn't matter, obviously. So let's look at the depth chart. Who's playing? Atlanta. Everybody playing, right? Yeah, well, Trey's day to day. He's always probable. Yeah, they just never take that away. Brooklyn, doesn't matter. Russell, Cam Johnson out. There's your players. I don't care. Just don't care about Brooklyn. 3-7, 4-6. You see the numbers. You can tell they kind of gave up. You can tell all the eliminated teams. You can see which ones have just given up recently because they're like, we're done. Season's over. Time to celebrate. So 2 on offense. See that versus that. That versus that's Atlanta. That actually leans. That's a push. That's Brooklyn. 30th offense. Man, props potentially. Let's see what we got. Anything else here? Zaire over points and rebounds. Is he going to play enough is the question. Trey 35. Is he going to play enough is the question. There's so many things potential. I just don't. I almost just want to take Atlanta to whoop ass. I might. Except they are literally not. Their last 10, if you look, they're scoring 122 and they're giving up 122. That's not good in a 4-6. They're not playing great. So I guess we will have to do a prop. Ooh. Oh, a prop. Can't believe it. There we go. Found it. Keon Johnson's over 1.5 threes. If you look at the number here, you can see he's been hitting threes. Atlanta is 27th in 3-point defense still to this day. So they're still not that great. I mean, your minutes have gone way down too. Yeah, they're trying to work out other players and see. I see what they're doing. Yeah, if you don't take Atlanta, I would leave everything Brooklyn alone. I'm passing. I just don't. I don't like the way Atlanta's playing right now. They're 4-6 the last 10. We're going to pass Next up is New Orleans and Milwaukee. And we can see is Milwaukee by 2 touchdowns, 220.5 is our total. Let's go over to, let's look. Milwaukee is the 5 seed at 45 wins. They're 3 behind Indiana. They're 2 ahead of Detroit. So they're going to be somewhere 4, 5, and 6. New Orleans, well, they're eliminated. It does not matter for them. So let's look at the actual depth charts. New Orleans is playing, they're playing alphabet soup. That's what they're playing. I don't know what this is. Questionable, out, questionable, out, questionable. Good job, guys. Depth chart for Milwaukee. Everybody, Giannis is probably probable. Yeah, he's always probable. Nothing changed there. So do we think Milwaukee still has something to play for? They are at home. New Orleans is garbage. But man, Milwaukee 13.5. They should. The same situation as Atlanta. They're barely winning their games by what they're doing. So like they're losing their games by 8 points. At least they're doing something. They're statistically bad. They're just statistically mid. They're annoying. They're very inconsistent. So let's go to props. Anybody got a prop we could take over here? It's all put up. There's Brooke. Did we take Brooke Lopez? It's been a minute since we took Brooke Lopez the ball out. I might just take that again because Well, he had 20 and 12, but then he had a garbage game against Minnesota. But yeah, he had a garbage game against Atlanta. Man, he is very hit and miss. When he pops off, he pops off. But when he doesn't, ooh, you're going to feel it real quick. So, and I'm not taking Giannis. Giannis, well, we'll look at Giannis too. Who else can we look at? It's just those two? Okay, cool. How's Giannis up to? What's he at? Damn. 35, 17, and 20 assists? Bro. Look at, yeah, he's trying to will them to victory. I mean, who's going to stop this man? For New Orleans, who's playing center or forward, really? Let's look. Carlo, it might be Missy. It might be Carlo. Man, I could take either one of these. I almost want to go Giannis because, I mean, hell, he's gotten this in 7 straight games, basically, which is 8 straight games because that's on the line. Head to head, he has done well against New Orleans in the past. Ooh, buddy, I think, all right, Giannis is trying. I'm down. Let's go for it. I might regret it. Over 45.5 PRA. He could easily drop 40 points if he wants to. If he wanted to, he could. And that was a bad game. He only had 23, 36, 35, 37. Yeah. Give me Giannis, 45.5 against New Orleans. Next. Last game, Minnesota and Memphis. You can't see it. Let me show you. It is Minnesota by 1.5 on the road with a 230.5 total. Let's go over to the schedule. Let's see. The standings, Standings. Minnesota is the 8th seed. And they're clearly going to be in the top 8 because that is a big gap between them and the Kings. And then we have Memphis, who is the 6th seed, 1 game up on them, literally. So this game matters a lot on who stays out of the damn play-in bracket. Nobody wants to be in that thing. So let's look over here. 6-4, 4-6. You see the numbers. Defense from 3 is not good. Everything else you can see. Oh yeah, let's go to the depth chart. Make sure everybody's playing. Got to do that. Got to do the depth chart. Minnesota, everybody is good. Good deal. And then we got Memphis. Everyone's good. That's what you want to see. Nice little even matchup. So what I'm kind of looking at here, the total's at 230, but you do these two, you come up to 234 and 229. I might take the over in this one because the defense is slacking. So, and this could be a very high scoring game, especially if we have Memphis control the pace more than Minnesota. So I'm liking the over of 230. Do we have a prop we could take potentially? Vince Williams unders. We got a bunch of you go Alexander. Nope. Ja 32. No. Good defense for Minnesota. Hell, they might put Ant on them for all we know. Who knows? Yeah, no, we're just gonna go over. We're gonna take that over 230. Over 230.5 and just yeah, the numbers are pretty close. We'll take that. Back to the schedule we go, and then tomorrow is Friday. We have all these games here. Everyone, how many games is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Everyone's playing tomorrow. And everyone's playing Sunday. And then we're done. Because then we get a bunch of playing games on Tuesday. So wow. No, there's no games on. Oh, look at that. Sunday, Friday. We have 0 games on Saturday. No Saturday NBA. That's weird, but hey, whatever. Okay. Cool. So tomorrow's Friday. I'll be here tomorrow. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're playing. If you want the plays typed out or access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research, you got to go check out the HQ right there. So other than that, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you tomorrow on Friday for a very large NBA slate. Peace.